Good morning, tubers. Welcome back for another adventure. A friend of mine gave me this Cub Cadet. A tree had smashed it. And then it was allowed to sit and the front tires went flat, and turns out he used stabilizer gas in it, which is a really good thing. The bad thing is we went to move it, and I believe that's the drive belt. So I got kind of a mess here and kind of an obstacle in the way. And I want to do a little bit of a budget fix-it on this thing. So to that end, let me show you what I've managed to collect up. So I picked up these Baldy Bean tires. I got them at Morning Light for $1 each, $2 for the pair. So that's the first step, right? You got to get the thing so it's up and rolling. Old friend of mine up there by Saratoga, I just had some deals with him, and he said, "Oh, you want that hood? Just take it. I can't give the damn things away." So I'm like, "Oh, score one for the team." So let's get it jacked up, get those front tires on there, and figure out what we're going to do with the drive belt. Getting the tires off. First thing, get these caps off without putting them into orbit. You got to get the carter pin out, right? And then sometimes these slip off, and sometimes you got to smack them. This one is one that you're going to have to smack. Front wheels are on. It even rolls. Boy, huge improvement. Now, about the hood. Hopefully that hood fits. Looks like it's easy enough to change, right? One just needs to unplug the lights right there. You can see the wire. And one just needs to pop that spring off. And I think the hood's loose, and now it's just a matter of smashing the old one on, reclipping the spring, plugging in the lights, and things will be good. I'm going to go with dramatic improvement, though not quite perfect. One could just put a sheet metal wrap around that, right, and fill that in. Also, you can see this hood is simpler, where this guy has that airflow thing. I guess I could see if I can move that over. But in the meantime, I'm going with dramatic improvement, and now it's just a matter of figuring out the drive belt situation. They do have this. This is for the LTX 1040. You can see that, and you can see the part numbers. I'm recording that for myself so that when I go inside, I need to look up the belt for the deck. First, I want to make sure this thing moves and it's worth investing more money in. So far, I'm on a budget, right? I put a battery in it, but that battery can move elsewhere. The front tires, $2, no big deal. Free hood, free tractor. So I'm not in it in too bad a shape. If it gets to the point where I need the mower clutch, that's about $150. The drive belt was like $15, and the deck belt is like $20. So I'm trying not to be into this thing for $1 million. Okay, this is only a little bit sketchy. I want to change the belt. I already bought the belt. But it looks like the clutch needs to come off from the, you guys can see this here, right? This clutch guy has to come off to put the belt on for the hydrostatic drive. There's no way around it because you hear that clanking right there. That's in the way of the belt going by, right? When this engages, it needs to be locked up against the body. And there's a bar in the way. So got to take this down, take that bolt off. Hopefully it doesn't fight me too bad. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they come right out. So let's drop that. Getting the deck off was easy removal deck. It says 2 pins in the front, 2 in the back. You just pull them, deck drops right off, you unspool the belt, and it's right there on the ground. So here we go. Okay, a couple of things to get this bolt loose. Right, I just put the wrench there, gave it a couple of taps with the hammer, and it came loose. Secondly, once that's loose, it has a tendency to drop, and you don't... I'm being attacked by a dog here. Dog attacks over. Friend visited and brought his pup with him. Beautiful dog, black lab. Just a beautiful animal, wonderful animal. Anyway, this is the wire that engages the clutch, and it was a bear to get out of there. You could see somebody did a little repair action on it. I think while the clutch is off, I gotta unspool that and take a look at it and see what's going on. It'd be a bear to put the whole thing back together again and discover it doesn't work. Anyway, bolt loose, just spin that off. Right, it'll drop right down. Just a quick warning, it is a little heavy, so do beware of that so you don't just drop it. Okay, like I just did. And let's put the belt on. Putting the belt on, start in the back because you got to get over the fan. This is the tensioner, and you see how I got this wire pulling it so there's the maximum amount of tension. That gives you the maximum length of belt. Right, around this idler here. Right, then you got to feed up under all this steering stuff, and you could see I'm back over the engine pulley here. Sometimes these engine pulleys fall off when you take off the clutch, so be aware of that. And once again, make sure you're actually on the pulley in the back there, not above or below it, because you'll chew things up. So I think we're all good, and I'm just going to release this wire, and that'll put the tension back on. And once again, double check yourself, make sure everything's where it should be. For people who work on mowers, I'm sure you guys always see this. So beneath the 14 yards of tape, there were these Mickey Mouse connectors. So I want to replace those, and I got these shrinky things. The other thing I want to do, and I hope I could do this such that you guys could hear it. Listen. I think you guys can hear that clicking, right? So it appears as if the clutch is still alive. I got the idea when I talked to my friend that for some reason the mower deck wasn't engaging. So maybe one of these connections was no good, though I don't see any arcing, any black wire beneath that. But anyway, let's put this all back together again, get it ready to go. So I used the solder in the center connectors, and you guys could see how it works. Right, use the solder where you join the wires together, and then you heat it up and a shrink wraps it. I'm also gonna just tape this long ways to make sure that's really nice and secure. Right, so that's what it looks like. You can see this one really melted nice. The other one perhaps not so much, but the wires are twisted together, and I'm sure the solder is helping. So I put the clutch back on, gave the bolt a couple of taps with the hammer, and I'm about to start it, but this is never a good thing. I haven't started it in quite a while, and this thing has a fuel pump, so let's Just give it a little Huda starting fluid. I just want to basically see if it's going to move. I still obviously have to take the cover off the engine, clean that out, right? I checked the oil's good. Checked, there is gas in it still. I haven't started too many of these. I assume you gotta put the choke on. Step on the brake. Turn the key, 150 hours, and sounds pretty good. Now, does it move? Moving is good. We're going backwards, obviously. I don't want to go too far with it before I clean out the motor. Should be able to go clean into the driveway and back. Wow, she sounds pretty good. I guess it only has 150 hours on it. My friend's lawn is pretty small, but it has a lot of trees, a lot of pine cones, a lot of oaks. There's a lot of stuff underneath it. So I'm just going to go to the end and turn around. Until I pop that cover off the engine, I can't really assume that it's air cooling itself completely. I don't know what that's about. I just put the choke on a little bit. Now, this is my first modern Cub Cadet. If there's anything I should know, like make sure you change the hydraulic fluid for the transaxle or something like that, I'd appreciate that knowledge being shared, because once again, this is really my first modern one. So if anybody knows something that I should know, let me know. I'm going to smash the deck on this thing, and then we'll see what it's going to do with that. One of the bolts for the deck is missing on the front, one of those pinned things, so I got to go get a substitute for that also. This is why one should double check their tractor every time before they use it. When you have this much debris in here, quite honestly, if I would have went out and cut the lawn, I would have blown the engine up. So, you know, tell the mice to go home. Not your home, somebody else's home. By the way, compared to my foot, I just wanted to show you the pile of stuff that came out from around the flywheel on that Kohler motor. Amazing, eh? So when it comes to putting the deck on, I needed two of these. One of those was lost, so I just made one, cut a bolt, drilled a hole. Very exciting. Okay, deck is on, which is kind of nice. And I think it's ready for its first try. I lost the spring for the deck idler, so to speak. So I kind of had to Mickey Mouse it with a mattress spring, but hopefully this thing is happy enough with that. That way they don't hit anything